And hello and welcome to another KSP video. Now for the third week in a row we're doing a shuttle mission, and for the second time there will be no construction time lapse because we could either say two things, but the actual answer is just I forgot to. So yeah, I'm just launching this thing, and I tried to get reasonably accurate ohms on this. We'll see that later, but yeah, we're just speeding up now. But yeah. So once again, I do not know what to talk about, but yeah. So we're launching a particular payload of the shuttle that was actually launched. Yes, so something's about to happen, and we're decoupling those SRBs. And yeah, we're just turning down the gimbal limit because I found when flying this thing, it's good to have it for the first little bit like that, but if you have it too high, it just overcorrects so much. I mean, the footage is playing quite fast now, so it looks like it is, but it's just not very good. And yeah. But that orange tank, I don't like how long it looks because in real life it'd be a lot wider proportionally to the shuttle. But yeah, it's okay. I did try to I just don't make it go loud a bit. I did try to use a 5 meter diameter part, but the vectors, they just aren't powerful enough. Like, they are, but it's so slow and hard to fly. But yeah, so we now have real-time Kerbal space mission. I'm lost for what to talk about at the moment. It's very hot at the moment, and this video is rather rushed because so last week I had exams, so I edited the video, and then it was a long one. I still liked it though, but I was like 30 minutes for commentating, and then I just gave up pretty quickly. And I could have done it this weekend, but then I decided no, I'm not happy with that video. So that was the end of that, and we're just getting into a circular orbit now. I believe I'm going to select the space station as our target just to make sure I have a reasonably equatorial orbit. But well, yeah, because I spent a fair while tuning that. But yeah, so I was going to add flags to the side of this shuttle, but I mean, well, so what happened was I tried to fly it again, and yeah, so we're just attaching the orbiter now. I tried to fly it again, and I kept making the same mistake during re-entry, and I was like, just no, I've had enough. But as you can see, we are turning into the light right now to get a better view, as we're about to open our payload doors. Exciting music plays, but when we begin to open the doors. And yeah, it's just a really bad Hubble replica. So surprise. We're just a point. It's really bad. I mean, I even think it is, so yeah. And I made it, so it truly must be. But I think it got the general aesthetics okay, but it's just bad in general. And I need to find this. Like which was, I'm trying to remember the Apollo mission where they brought a camera and then pointed at the sun, a color camera, and pointed at the sun, and it failed for like when they did it like for the first time ever. And I decided to point the Hubble at the sun because I thought that was funny. But anyways, I'm just orbiting now until the Kerbal Space Center's in a good position for us to do our deorbit burn. And yeah, I do like flying shuttles. Like, I find them in like sometimes very, very tricky to fly because they don't fly particularly well. But I mean, like the entire stack at the start, the space launch system, if you will. But yeah, and the other thing I try to do on this is have somewhat realistic arms. So I went with the puff monopropeller thrusters, and I mean they're very, very weak. So I tried to get we'll just see how the video transpires, because I'm going to attempt to land on the runway like I did for my past 2 videos, but last video we failed at that, so let's see whether we land on it, overshoot or undershoot. But I could have gone and docked this to my station, because I have what I have is basically a big docking arm, and then at 90 degrees to the docking arm is a senior docking port, which then goes into the cargo bay of that and latches on. Because that's it. Well, it's a lot more realistic than just having like a shielded docking port on the front. And I also don't like how that looks at all. But yeah, so we're beginning our re-entry now. I am pitching up to 40 degrees angle of attack as we are about to re-enter the atmosphere, and we'll see how this goes. And yes, I must address it. Since last week, I spoke about getting a real plume installed, and I did. I also got, I can't remember what the mod's called for the re-entry reading. I just like how it looks. And scatter are working. I believe I also have, I don't have it turned on, but I also have environmental visual enhancements. And yes, so let's see whether we can make it to the Kerbal Space Center. Oh yeah. So after we did that, I decided to start trying to maneuver it, and as you can see, that is not a talented one. I mean, the one thing I made about this shuttle is it flies quite well, because if you add an extra segment and a bit more fuel, it just flies awfully. But yes, so we're just going to continue spinning for quite some time. We still have a minute and a half left on this. How do we have a minute and a half left? Okay, it'll probably be less than that. The final cut might be. Oh no, we have 2 minutes left. But yeah, so there is a mission. I'm probably just gonna talk about it now. So what I did was I did the shuttle derived super heavy lift launch vehicle thing. I'm like coming in for our landing now, and I used that to deliver an Orion module and exploration upper stage to the MUN, and then I used a SLS Block 1B cargo variant to carry the lander there, and I did that. But then I also found out that with my super heavy lift vehicle, I tried to propulsively land that. I didn't have enough, but it still had parachutes. So what I did was I fired up one engine during most of the re-entry. Then when I got close, I fired up all 3, and then once I'd slowed down enough, I deployed my parachutes. And coming in for landing now, and touch. So deploying those parachutes, and yes, I definitely was completely happy with where we landed and absolutely did not use vessel mover to move it at all. Like, of course I didn't. Why would I do that? I did. But, yeah, so thank you for watching the video, and that's probably going to be in it. Subscribe! After landing, you bounce off the ground.